Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about NIO stock. Before I start the video, guys, please leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be talking about NIO and why I think right now is a very good time to pick up NIO stock. $46.97. Still very, very cheap in my personal opinion for what this company is going to be doing in the future, what this company has in store in itself. If you guys don't know what NIO does as a company, NIO is a EV company that's based out of China. They produce luxury EV cars, pretty similar to what we have here known as Tesla. NIO's obviously been getting a lot of heat recently. A lot of people have been really starting to talk about NIO. Looking at the 5-year chart, this thing IPO'd September 12th of 2018, currently up 683%. Looking at the 1-year chart, currently up 1,615%. I've said this time and time again that I do think NIO stock is the biggest growth stock of 2020. And I think that NIO is going to replicate the same amount of growth in 2021? No, I don't think the stock is going to grow 1,613%, but I do know for a fact 2021 is going to be a huge year for NIO. Looking at the 3-month chart, is currently up 144%. Overall, the stock has been doing very, very well. And you know, NIO has had a lot of huge catalysts for itself lately, which is why I think right now is actually a very good time to pick up the stock. As you guys know, it did just recently get a big analyst upgrade from Goldman Sachs, from $7 all the way up to $56. They had the stock rated at a sell. For them to give it that big of an analyst upgrade, it goes to show, that, a lot of people are really starting to notice NIO. Even the big time investors are really starting to sink a lot of money, into NIO, and it's just crazy. Recently, NIO did a public stock offering, 68 million shares offered at $39. A lot of people were not too happy about that, just because they think that when a company does a stock offering like that, it truly does devalue the stock in itself. But for me, I actually think it's better when companies do that, because they want to be able to raise capital to expand. NIO doing this was able to raise $2.5 billion. They have plans to expand to Europe in the middle of 2021. Big catalyst and really a big stepping stone is XPeng starting to sell cars in Norway. It shows that the EV market is really starting to expand in that grass of the region over there on that other side of the world. But the EV market is starting to grow. It's starting to mature, and I know that NIO is going to be a top EV company. We do have a big event coming up. It's NIO Day, scheduled January 9th. Guys, this is going to be a historical event for NIO. NIO is going to be telling us basically what's to come, and it's basically telling us really what is going to be happening with NIO over the next couple of years. We are expecting a new sedan to be unveiled that day. It's the ET7 sedan. Very, very excited. And the reason why NIO dropped 2 new sedans is to be able to compete with Tesla's Model 3. As you guys know, Tesla has been making an appearance as China. It's going to be a pretty big competition for NIO, especially Tesla being a more established brand than NIO. I'm not saying Tesla is better, but all I'm saying is it's a more established brand. And, Tesla is a great company. Their cars are fantastic. But it really shows that, NIO is really trying to step up to the game by being able to drop 2 new sedans, an SUV, and a minivan, really just targeting all audiences with their vehicles. I love how NIO is doing this. They're not just making fast sports cars and sedans. They're making SUVs, they're making minivans. It's just very innovative. But it's not just that really puts NIO or makes NIO different than other EV companies out there. What I love about NIO the most is really how they use technology to their advantage, and they use it in such an innovative way where it makes the stock very, very appetizing. Taking a look at the bigger perspective of everything, NIO uses technology to be able to really set aside its differences. For example, NIO being able to set up 100 battery stations all around China, so companies can basically expand. Companies can basically or customers can basically go all the way around China. If they run out of charge, they can swap the battery. It's cheaper for the customer. It's more convenient. The fact that NIO is making their cars more cost effective to their customers in itself really shows their determination of really setting themselves aside from being a different brand. For me, I think NIO is going to be a top iconic brand. I think NIO is going to be a huge EV company, especially probably wants to represent China in itself. Even analysts have came out and said that, NIO is going to be an iconic brand. It's going to be a top EV company. But I love how, they're not only just looking for convenience for their customers, but also to be able to save money as well. They also have a 100 kilowatt battery that's dropping. That's absolutely huge. It's a huge catalyst while working on a self-driving chip. And the thing is, these two things are huge catalysts, not just for NIO, but for the whole EV market in itself. Being able to produce cars with bigger and better charge, cars that charge faster, and on top of all that, really being able to set aside the difference with a self-driving chip that their cars can basically drive on autopilot, which really puts NIO into the second sector, and another huge catalyst for it as well. It's robo-taxi delivery service that's going to be set up all around China. This is also another huge game-changing thing. The fact that NIO is going to have cars running around all over China, being able to basically just drive themselves around, pick people up, drop them off. You know, going into 2021, it's really shown that NIO has a lot of determination in itself. It shows that NIO is going to be expanding a lot in 2021, and it shows that it's also going to be a big year for NIO. I think NIO is really going to do a lot of amazing things in 2021. We've seen their earnings. Their losses are decreasing. Their profits are starting to grow. Their revenue is starting to grow as well. Already expecting $960 million in revenue by the next quarter. We've seen their delivery estimates. They're consistently selling more cars than what people are setting their expectations to. And it's just amazing that NIO's just constantly beating expectations of everybody. Even a lot of big analysts, aside from Goldman Sachs, have raised their analyst upgrades plenty of times. We have Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, and JP Morgan as well, and just these big time companies are really starting to notice, like, okay, like NIO is gaining a lot of traction. I mean, guys, even going back to the 1 year chart, the fact that this company was trading $4 a share, and now it's currently evaluated bigger than General Motors, a company that's been around for a very long time, shows that the EV market is really starting to gain some traction. NIO is starting to gain some traction as well. Already expecting 20% of all car sales in China by 2025 to be EV cars, and they expect that number to jump to 50% by 2035. A lot of the whole world is taking on the EV market. They know there's a lot of money to be made. I mean, EV cars, they're better, they're cheaper, they're faster. They're just a lot more convenient for everybody, which leads me to my next point. It's like, where's really NIO stock going to be headed over the next couple of years? You guys have my analyst price targets. I think NIO is going to be a $450 stock by 2025. Yes, it is a huge analyst upgrade for me, and it's all around my opinion. But right now is a good time to pick up NIO stock, $47.02. Everything I say in my videos, not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But the reason I say this, and the reason why I think NIO is going to $450 is, it's not just NIO as a company in itself, but it's the fact that they're really taking the innovative side of the EV market, and they're really trying to push it. They're really trying to expand. Even them developing a self-driving chip, a bigger and better battery, expansion in Europe already coming. Like, NIO's really trying itself to really deter itself, really trying to make itself noticeable to everyone around the world. And it's done that this far. Being able to grow so much in the midst of a pandemic while other companies were struggling, other companies were not doing well. It shows that NIO has a lot of merit, and that also sets what my price target is going to be in NIO for 2021. Guys, I think NIO is going to be a $100 stock by 2021, and the reason I say this is because NIO has so much going for it right now, and I only know that NIO is going to be growing a lot more in 2021. Like I said, with the long-awaited NIO Day coming January 9th, it's going to be a big event for NIO. NIO is going to be telling us what they have plans for, what they're going to be doing, but it's also really the overall demand. NIO is growing, right? If you take a look at last year compared to this year, NIO has grown in an extraordinary amount that no one can really comprehend. Some people say it's a bubble. Some people say it's overvalued. But for me, I take about it from the logical perspective that it's not a bubble. It's just overall, there's just more demand for EV companies. There's more demand for EV cars. There's more demand all in general. And it's just not with NIO. It's with all EV companies. Take a look at Hyliion or Workhorse or Tesla or XPeng, or there's so many EV companies that IPO'd this year alone not because they think it's going to be an easy stream, but they know that, there's a lot of money to be made in this market. There's a lot of money to be made, maybe not in the coming years, guys, but you have to be taking a look at it from the bigger perspective. Where could the EV market be in the next 5 to 10 years? It's going to be a lot bigger than it is now. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Pick up NIO stock, $47.17. It is absolutely worth the investment. With that being said, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Do you think NIO stock is a buy? $47.18. If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own? What's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.